What if the secret to brighter skin, fewer blackheads, softer heels, and smoother underarms was already sitting in your kitchen, right now? No expensive products. No spa visits. Just 2 simple ingredients you've probably walked past 100 times without realizing what they could actually do for your skin. Sounds too easy, right? But trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. Especially the part at the end, because that's where the real surprise is hiding. It's something most people overlook, even though it's right there next to them every single day. This homemade mix is natural, affordable, and shockingly effective when used the right way. And by the time you try it, you might wonder why no one told you sooner. If you're into simple, natural skincare hacks like this, drop a glow in the comments or let me know where you're watching from. I read every single one and love connecting with all of you. Number 1. Dry, cracked skin and loss of elasticity. As we grow older, one of the most common and frustrating changes in our bodies is the gradual loss of moisture in our skin. You may notice that areas like your hands, arms, legs, or even face feel tighter, rougher, or more prone to flaking. What used to be soft and smooth might now feel paper dry or appear dull, with fine lines becoming more noticeable. This is not just about aging gracefully. It's a sign that your skin may be struggling to retain hydration and maintain its natural oil balance. The science is clear. With age, the sebaceous glands in our skin become less active, meaning they produce less oil. That natural oil plays a crucial role in locking in moisture and maintaining skin elasticity. Without it, the skin barrier weakens, leading to water loss, irritation, cracking, and an increased vulnerability to environmental stressors. While there are countless over-the-counter products designed to combat dry skin, many contain alcohols, artificial fragrances, or silicones that may do more harm than good over time, especially for aging or sensitive skin. Fortunately, nature offers a simpler, gentler solution. Castor oil. Castor oil, derived from the seeds of the Ricinus communis plant, is rich in a rare fatty acid called ricinoleic acid. This compound gives castor oil its uniquely thick consistency and its remarkable ability to soothe and hydrate dry skin. According to articles in Self, Health, and Birdie, ricinoleic acid has been shown to possess anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and humectant properties. That means it not only soothes irritated or inflamed skin but also draws moisture from the air into the skin, helping to keep it hydrated longer. In an article featured on Wellness Joy, dermatologists highlighted castor oil's ability to form a protective barrier on the skin's surface. This barrier shields skin from external damage and prevents transepidermal water loss, the kind of dehydration that leads to flaking and fine lines. The same article noted that when used consistently, castor oil can help reinforce the skin's natural lipid barrier, allowing it to become more resilient and less reactive over time. But even with all these benefits, many people misuse castor oil, especially first-timers. A common mistake is applying it too generously. Because castor oil is thicker than most carrier oils, using too much can leave the skin feeling sticky or greasy. Worse, if applied too heavily or too often, it may even clog pores and cause breakouts, particularly for those with combination or acne-prone skin. That's why using it correctly matters just as much as using it at all. Here's how to incorporate castor oil into your skincare routine effectively and safely, especially if you have dry or aging skin. First, always start with a patch test. Dab a small amount of castor oil behind your ear or on the inside of your wrist and wait 24 hours. If you notice no irritation, redness, or itching, you're likely good to go. Next, cleanse your skin thoroughly with a gentle, non-stripping cleanser and pat dry. At night, take a pea-sized amount of castor oil and warm it between your fingertips. Gently massage it into the areas that feel particularly dry. This might be your cheeks, around the eyes, or even elbows and knees. A little goes a long way. You can also mix it with a lighter oil like jojoba or almond oil if you prefer a thinner texture. For best results, apply castor oil 2 to 3 times per week, preferably before bed, allowing your skin to soak it in overnight. Always follow up with a lightweight, fragrance-free moisturizer on the nights you don't use oil to maintain balance and avoid overloading your skin. When used correctly, castor oil can restore a youthful glow, soften rough patches, and even help your skin feel more supple and resilient over time. It is one of those rare, time-tested remedies that fits seamlessly into modern routines. Affordable, accessible, and surprisingly powerful for something so simple. From dry, aging skin to stubborn pigmentation, next up is something many of us dismiss without much thought: age spots. These seemingly harmless marks might be telling a deeper story about sun exposure and skin health over time. Number 2. Age spots, freckles, and sun-induced pigmentation. As the years go by, it's not uncommon to notice small dark spots beginning to appear on your skin, especially on areas that see a lot of sun, like the face, hands, shoulders, or chest. These are what we often call age spots, liver spots, or sunspots. Medically, they are known as solar lentigines, and while they're not harmful, they can be frustrating and make skin look uneven or older than it feels. The cause behind these spots is a gradual accumulation of sun exposure over time. UV radiation from sunlight triggers your skin to produce more melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color. In younger skin, this melanin production is usually balanced and temporary. But in aging skin, the effects are more lasting. Melanin tends to clump together or collect in higher concentrations, especially in sun-damaged areas. That's when these flat, brown, or grayish spots begin to form. Although many people resort to chemical peels or expensive treatments to fade pigmentation, not everyone wants to undergo harsh procedures, especially when the skin is already thinner or more delicate due to age. For those seeking a gentler, more natural solution, the combination of castor oil and baking soda offers a surprisingly effective approach. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is known for its mild exfoliating properties. When used sparingly and carefully, it can help remove the outermost layer of dead skin cells, some of which may contain excess melanin. By sloughing off this top layer, the skin is encouraged to regenerate, potentially softening the appearance of dark spots over time. Meanwhile, castor oil brings a powerful counterpart to the mix. It not only soothes and hydrates the skin after exfoliation, but also contains fatty acids that may help reduce inflammation and support skin regeneration. In a guide published by Gemma etc., the combination is praised for being both budget-friendly and easy to incorporate into a weekly skincare routine. However, it's important to recognize that this is not a quick fix. Age spots form slowly and take time to fade. More importantly, many people make the mistake of trying to erase them with overly aggressive treatments. Chemical exfoliants like glycolic acid, salicylic acid, or even lemon juice are popular DIY choices, but when used without guidance, they can cause more harm than good. Thinning the skin, triggering irritation, or even increasing photosensitivity can leave skin vulnerable to further damage. That's why it's crucial to treat pigmentation concerns gently, especially for aging or sensitive skin. Used properly, a castor oil and baking soda paste can offer a natural alternative without the harsh side effects. To prepare the mixture, combine 1 tablespoon of pure, cold-pressed castor oil with half to 1 teaspoon of baking soda in a small, non-metal bowl. Stir gently until it forms a smooth paste. The consistency should be spreadable, not runny or overly gritty. If your skin is more sensitive, start with less baking soda and increase only if there's no irritation after several uses. Apply the paste directly to the pigmented area using clean fingers. Massage in light, circular motions for about 30 seconds. Then let it sit on the skin for an additional 5 to 10 minutes. It's best to do this once a week, preferably at night. After rinsing with warm water and gently patting dry, always follow up with a nourishing, fragrance-free moisturizer. More importantly, make sure to apply a broad-spectrum sunscreen every morning, especially if you're treating areas exposed to the sun. Without UV protection, you risk undoing your progress and creating new spots. Scientific sources, including Sai Soda and Ungbuja Solvex, emphasize the importance of consistency and moderation. Natural ingredients can be powerful allies, but they require patience and careful handling. Over time, with weekly use and diligent sun protection, many users report that their dark spots appear lighter, their skin tone looks more even, and their complexion regains some of its natural radiance. If blackheads or clogged pores plague your complexion, here's a remedy you might walk past every day. Number 3. Blackheads and clogged pores. As we age, one of the lesser discussed skin concerns is the way our pores begin to change. The skin naturally loses collagen and elasticity over time, which causes pores to appear larger. At the same time, slower cell turnover and reduced oil regulation make it easier for dead skin cells, dirt, and sebum to get trapped. The result: clogged pores and stubborn blackheads, especially around the nose, chin, and forehead. For many older adults, this can be an irritating problem. You might feel like you left acne behind decades ago, but now find your pores congested and skin looking less refined than you'd like. The good news is, there's a gentle and affordable way to manage it, and it doesn't involve harsh scrubs or expensive facials. A simple combination of baking soda and castor oil can offer effective pore cleansing while being kind to aging skin. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is mildly abrasive and works as a natural exfoliant. When used carefully, it helps dislodge debris from pores without damaging the surrounding skin. According to Soda and Natural Remedy Ideas, this gentle action makes baking soda a popular choice in DIY skincare, especially for those with oily or congested skin. But exfoliating alone isn't enough. That's where castor oil comes in. Castor oil is rich in ricinoleic acid, which not only hydrates but also has mild antibacterial properties. As highlighted in the Castor Oil Guide and several holistic skincare platforms, this oil can soften hardened sebum and impurities within pores, making them easier to clear while calming the skin. It also helps reduce the risk of overdrying, a common side effect of traditional acne treatments. Still, even with natural ingredients, misuse is common. One of the most frequent mistakes is scrubbing too hard. Many people assume that the more pressure they apply, the cleaner their skin will be. In reality, harsh rubbing, especially on mature skin, can lead to irritation, micro tears, and increased sensitivity. Another mistake is using this type of exfoliation too often. Even natural ingredients, if applied too frequently, can disrupt the skin's barrier and lead to redness or peeling. That's why a gentle, consistent routine matters more than intensity. To safely use the castor oil and baking soda mixture for clogged pores, start by cleansing your face with warm water and a mild, fragrance-free cleanser. Then, in a non-metal bowl, mix 1 teaspoon of baking soda with 1 tablespoon of castor oil. Stir until a soft, smooth paste forms. If your skin is on the drier or more sensitive side, reduce the baking soda to half a teaspoon. Apply the paste to clean, damp skin, focusing on areas where blackheads are most visible. Using your fingertips, massage gently in circular motions for about 1 minute. Avoid pressing down or rubbing aggressively. Let the mixture sit for an additional 2 to 3 minutes, then rinse thoroughly with warm water. Pat your face dry with a clean towel. After exfoliating, always follow up with a hydrating, non-comedogenic moisturizer to help your skin recover and maintain its natural balance. If you go outside afterward, be sure to apply sunscreen, as freshly exfoliated skin can be more sensitive to UV rays. Experts recommend using this routine no more than once or twice per week. Over time, users often notice their skin feeling smoother, pores appearing smaller, and fewer blackheads forming in problem areas. Consistency, not intensity, is key, especially for mature skin that needs a more mindful approach to treatment. If you're managing both blackheads and dry or aging skin, this combination provides a great middle ground. It cleans without stripping, softens without clogging, and supports healthier skin texture with regular use. Moving lower, from face to feet, let's talk about rough heels and calluses. This next remedy might just change how you care for your feet. Number 4. Rough heels and calloused feet. It's easy to overlook our feet until they start to hurt. As we age, the skin on our feet becomes drier and more prone to thickening, especially on the heels, toes, and sides of the feet. Years of standing, walking, and wearing tight or unsupportive shoes can gradually lead to the buildup of hardened skin known as calluses. These rough, sometimes cracked patches are not only uncomfortable but can also become a source of embarrassment or even lead to infections if not properly cared for. Calluses form when repeated friction and pressure prompt the skin to protect itself by thickening. But over time, if not addressed, these layers can become too thick, dry, and even painful to walk on. This is especially common in older adults whose skin naturally produces less oil and loses its ability to retain moisture efficiently. While many people turn to harsh tools, like metal foot files or razors, to remove calluses quickly, these approaches can backfire. According to Dr. Barbara Health and Self magazine, over-exfoliating or aggressively filing hardened skin can lead to microtears, redness, soreness, and in some cases, bleeding or even infection. This is particularly risky for people with diabetes or circulation issues. A better approach? A gentle, consistent routine using natural ingredients like baking soda and castor oil. Baking soda acts as a mild exfoliant that can help loosen the top layers of dead, thickened skin. Its alkalinity also softens calluses by breaking down tough keratin, making it easier to slough away with minimal effort. Castor oil, on the other hand, is deeply emollient. Its thick, cushiony texture allows it to sink into dry, cracked skin and replenish moisture from within. More importantly, its anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties may help reduce irritation and protect vulnerable areas from bacteria and fungi. Soy soda and nutritious bakes both highlight this combination as an easy at-home solution for softening hardened skin. Many users report that after just a few weeks of regular use, their heels feel significantly smoother, and cracks begin to heal naturally, without the need for aggressive scrubbing. To use this treatment safely and effectively, start by cleaning your feet thoroughly with warm water and a mild soap. Pat them dry with a towel. Then, in a small bowl, mix 1 tablespoon of castor oil with half a teaspoon of baking soda until you get a spreadable paste. Apply the mixture generously to the rough or calloused areas of your feet, especially heels or pressure points. Massage it in gently and allow it to sit for about 20 minutes. You can enhance the treatment by wrapping your feet in a warm towel or putting on a pair of cotton socks while the mixture soaks in. This helps the ingredients penetrate deeper and also keeps things clean. After the waiting period, rinse your feet with warm water. If needed, use a soft pumice stone or foot file, gently, in one direction only, to remove any softened skin. Do not over-scrub. Let the exfoliation happen gradually over time. Once done, dry your feet thoroughly, especially between the toes. Apply a thick, fragrance-free moisturizer immediately after, while the skin is still slightly damp. For an added boost, you can seal in the moisture with a few drops of castor oil massaged into the heels before bed. Repeat this process twice a week. Within a few sessions, you may start to notice your skin feeling less tight and dry, and those thick patches becoming more manageable. The key is patience and regular care, not force. This natural method is especially helpful for older adults whose skin may not tolerate harsher treatments. It offers a simple, affordable way to care for your feet using ingredients many already have at home. And while oral use is rarely needed, let's briefly consider digestion support, though cautiously. Some uses of castor oil go beyond skin and may surprise you. Number 5. Occasional constipation and sluggish digestion. As we age, our digestive system tends to slow down. The smooth muscle activity that moves food through the intestines, known as peristalsis, can become less efficient, especially in older adults. This is why occasional constipation, bloating, or a feeling of incomplete evacuation becomes more common over time. Other contributing factors include reduced physical activity, medications, dehydration, and dietary changes that often come with age. While many people turn to fiber supplements, stool softeners, or over-the-counter laxatives, some prefer more natural, time-tested remedies. One such option that has been used for generations is castor oil. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA) classifies oral castor oil as a stimulant laxative, approved for short-term use to relieve occasional constipation. According to articles in Verywell Health and Health magazine, castor oil works by stimulating the muscles in the intestines to contract more frequently, helping to move stool through the bowel more effectively. This action typically produces a bowel movement within 6 to 12 hours after ingestion. Unlike fiber-based laxatives, which can take days to work, castor oil's effects are much quicker. This makes it a useful option when relief is needed more urgently, such as after several days without a bowel movement. However, because castor oil is powerful, It must be used carefully. One of the most common mistakes is assuming that if a little works well, more will work better. In reality, overusing castor oil can lead to dehydration, abdominal cramping, and a dangerous imbalance of electrolytes, especially in older adults who may already be managing conditions like kidney disease, heart issues, or blood pressure fluctuations. To avoid these risks, dosage and frequency matter. For adults, the general recommendation is 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of castor oil taken on an empty stomach with a glass of warm water or juice. This should not be done more than once or twice per month unless directed by a healthcare provider. Always consult your doctor before using castor oil, especially if you are taking any medications or managing chronic health conditions. It may interfere with certain drugs or exacerbate underlying problems. In addition to castor oil, baking soda is sometimes used for digestive relief, though for a different reason. Rather than stimulating bowel movements, baking soda acts as an antacid. It helps neutralize excess stomach acid, making it useful for occasional heartburn, acid reflux, or sour stomach. A common method is to dissolve half a teaspoon of baking soda in 4 ounces of water and drink it slowly. However, this too comes with warnings. Using baking soda regularly or in high amounts can lead to alkalosis, a condition where the body's pH becomes too high. It can also cause bloating, gas, or worsen kidney function in vulnerable individuals. The bottom line? Baking soda may offer temporary relief for occasional acidity, but is not a long-term solution. When it comes to digestive health in older adults, prevention is often more effective than treatment. Staying hydrated, eating plenty of fiber-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, oats, and legumes, and getting regular movement each day can help support natural, healthy bowel function. Still, if you find yourself backed up and want to try a natural laxative, castor oil may be an option. Just be sure to use it as directed and with caution. Natural remedies are often praised for being simple, affordable, and free of synthetic chemicals. But when it comes to applying oils and powders to our skin, or ingesting them, it's essential to understand not just the benefits but also the limitations and potential risks. Castor oil and baking soda have both been used for generations in home remedies. While there is real science supporting some of their uses, others remain more anecdotal and should be approached with caution, especially by older adults or individuals with sensitive skin. Let's start with what's well supported. Castor oil is one of the few natural ingredients that has received formal recognition from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. As noted in Verywell Health and Health magazine, castor oil is FDA approved as an oral stimulant laxative. When taken in proper doses, it stimulates the muscles of the intestines to relieve occasional constipation. This is a rare example of a natural oil being backed by modern regulatory standards. Beyond digestion, castor oil also has recognized topical benefits. It is commonly used to lubricate and clean dentures, soothe mild joint pain, and support wound healing. Its main active component, ricinoleic acid, has documented anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties that make it a popular ingredient in holistic skin care routines. However, while these benefits are real, many of the cosmetic claims surrounding castor oil remain less well established. According to Self and even Wikipedia's overview on natural skincare, there is still limited clinical evidence supporting castor oil's ability to fade scars, regrow hair, or treat serious skin conditions. Anecdotal results vary widely, and individual responses can differ depending on skin type, genetics, and underlying health conditions. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, also has some interesting dermatological applications. It's often used in clinical settings to relieve itchiness caused by insect bites, allergic rashes, or mild cases of psoriasis. Its alkaline nature can help reduce irritation in certain inflammatory conditions when used appropriately. But again, moderation is key. A Sun UK Health article and various dermatology sources warn that baking soda can disrupt the skin's natural acid mantle. This protective barrier helps maintain optimal pH balance, prevent infection, and retain moisture. Overuse of baking soda, especially on the face or in sensitive areas, can lead to dryness, irritation, and increased sensitivity to sunlight or environmental allergens. So what does this mean in practical terms? If you plan to use castor oil or baking soda on your skin, or internally, you should do so thoughtfully. Here are some widely accepted safety guidelines. Always perform a patch test before trying any new ingredient. Apply a small amount to your inner arm or behind your ear and wait 24 hours to check for redness, itching, or swelling. Limit use to once or twice a week. Even natural treatments can be too much of a good thing. Give your skin time to respond and recover between applications. Always follow with a moisturizer. Castor oil is naturally hydrating, but baking soda can be drying. After any treatment, apply a gentle, fragrance-free moisturizer to restore the skin barrier. Use sunscreen when treating areas with exfoliants or ingredients that may make the skin more sensitive. Even mild natural remedies can increase sun sensitivity. Stop immediately if irritation occurs. If you notice stinging, redness, or prolonged discomfort, discontinue use and consult a healthcare provider. Check with your doctor before using these ingredients internally or if you have pre-existing conditions such as eczema, rosacea, diabetes, or kidney issues. Natural remedies like castor oil and baking soda can absolutely be part of a healthy self-care routine, but only when used wisely. With scientific support in some areas and clear boundaries in others, the key to success is knowing when to use them, how often, and how your own body responds. As always, personal care should never be one size fits all. Take time to observe, test, and adjust. When in doubt, trust science, trust your skin, and talk to a medical professional who understands both.